finish, and they're like, hey, we'll pay for shoveling and stuff or whatever, you know, that they do. No, I mean, this lady's like, you know. And we get into huge arguments all the time. One of the biggest arguments we get into, she complained everything was a phallic symbol. Yeah, everything's a phallic symbol, Sean. Everything's a phallic symbol. Washington Monument? Nah, it's just fake penis. Oh yeah, everything's a phallic symbol. Perfect example of phallic symbols? Missiles. Those are just big flying penises. I was like, well, yeah, because big flying vaginas wouldn't be very aerodynamic, now would they? Send a couple of those over to scale the hell out of the Russians, wouldn't it? What the hell is that? I don't know, send a missile after it. Oh, it blew up right before it got to it. The women always laugh harder at that. But I love my wife, man, because here's the thing. We have a lot of firsts together. A lot of firsts, man. I love it. We travel places together for the first time. You know, we help in comedy clubs together for the first time. A lot of firsts. And one of my favorites was she took me for a mani-pedi. Yes! Yes! Yes, you know, she's nodding. Yes! He's just looking at me like, what kind of queer stuff did you talk about? Look here, fellow redneck. Choose yourself. They are awesome. If you don't know men, I will explain. You go into the salon, she takes me in, and they sit us down in like these comfy, cushy chairs right next to one another, right? And then the little lady pushes a button, and these balls come up on the seat cushion and start massaging her ass. And you start to question stuff for a little while. And then all of a sudden, this little Asian lady starts massaging my feet, and the little Asian lady starts massaging my wife's feet. They're like Pokemon, you collect them. And they're sitting there massaging, it feels just amazing. It's the best. You know, the balls, the massaging, it's great. But then out of nowhere, my wife's little Pikachu looks up at me. Looks up at her, and she goes, hey, while you're here, you should get your bushwhacked. Excuse me? She goes, come on, and we just like Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. My wife was like, no, I'm good. But she kept after her, and kept after her, and kept after her. So much so I looked over to see if my wife was wearing shorts. I was seeing spiders crawling out of her. She wasn't. But finally, after like 10 minutes, unrelenting, my wife says, fine, if you will shut up, I will get my bushwhacks. Without missing a beat, she turns to me and she goes, hey, she's getting her bushwhacks. Least you could do, watch your balls. No, I rolled up a newspaper, bam, no. But then she goes, oh, come on, it'll make your jump look cute. So I'm in the stirrups. She was right. Now you know. We have great conversations, my wife and I. She's brilliant. She's going to school right now. She's been on the president's list at the top of her class for 3 years straight. Give her a round of applause. Yeah. But you've been together as long as we have. And it's been 8 years. I know there's other couples out there that's been longer, but you know, it's 8 years. Nowadays, it's like 30. It feels like it. But we were talking about, we had this conversation like when we got like,
Which time to get?
like,
23.
You have that conversation with your spouse. Yeah, we do. And I told my wife, I'm like, I want to be cremated. Yes. Not for the reason you think. I said, I want to be cremated. I said, you know how they can make glass jewelry out of somebody's ashes? I said, I want to be made into a glass dildo. So I can spend all your private time with you. But then I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? No, I don't want that to happen, because what happens if she gets tired of me? Puts me in a yard sale. Some frisky geriatric couple comes up and like picks me up and takes me home. That night, my ghostly visage is spread across the glass, just like, no! And you're all going to hell with me. All right, I'm going to tell you guys something that's I'm going to share a special moment. Yeah, I got you. That's the right time to give me the light, Chris. Thank you. Share something with you guys. This was a huge moment in my life. So, I got my dream vehicle. I got a Jeep. Woo! Yes. My whole life, I wanted a Jeep. My entire life. I look a little fat-faced Sean in pictures when I was a kid. I wanted a tiny little toy Jeep. Yellow paint, black hardtop. I wanted one since I was at top. Okay? Whole life, all I talk about. Favorite car, that's what I want. Some people want a Lamborghini, somebody want, the Countach, what it's called. Some people like the, whatever, Jeep for me. And I got it. But here's the thing. The one family member that I had that supported me more than anybody else was my sweet little 93-year-old Wilson grandmother. We talked about it all the time. We talked about the kind of Jeep I would get. We talked about Jeep culture. We talked about the Jeep wave. You guys know what the Jeep wave is? You do this, you give the two fingers. Every time you drive down the road, you see another Jeep. Yeah, you do this. Hundreds of times a day we'll be doing this because you see so many of them down the road. You do the two fingers, right? All day long. We talked about it all the time. Finally, I got my Jeep. I got my Jeep. That morning, I go out driving for like 4 hours. I only had to fill up 18 times. It was awesome. After 4 hours, I went to my favorite coffee house. I got my favorite coffee. I sat down in a room of other people just like this, except for you. I love you. I sat down in a room full of people in the coffee house, drinking my favorite coffee. All of a sudden, my phone rings. Who is it? It's my wholesome 93-year-old grandmother. Take the phone, I answer it, I put it on speakerphone because it is my wholesome 93-year-old grandma. And she goes, hey, sweetheart. I say, hey, grandma. She goes, did you get your Jeep? I said, yeah, grandma, I did. She goes, you have fun? I said, yes, I did. She said, are you happy? I said, I'm the happiest I've ever been, grandma. And then she goes, so, did you get fingered by all your Jeep friends? Club in Lafayette, and this girl right here goes, I want a Jeep. Commemorate this special event, I'm going to sell t-shirts after the show. I want to share it with you. These t-shirts are $20. If I can get to them, it's $40. I'm making deals. But it says Jeep, getting fingered since 1940. You understand. Thank you. I have 2 sons from a previous marriage. Yep. But there are 3 kids in my life that I actually like. See, I like the people that laugh at that one because you're evil as shit. And you know what I'm doing. But there are 3 kids I like. It's my niece and 2 nephews. And I love them to death, my niece and 2 nephews. My niece Hannah, she's 25. Jacob just turned 22. Jackson is 11. It was a bit of a surprise. But here's the thing. When they were little, and I know they're little now, but I mean when they were little, Uncle Sean used to babysit all the time, right? And I was over babysitting, and I was giving them a bath together. Because those of you that have kids and they're little and they're boy and girl, you give them baths together because you know, think anything of it, saves time, saves water, whatever. Hannah was 5, Jacob just turned 2. I'm giving them both a bath, and then all of a sudden Hannah just starts looking over at Jacob's stuff. Yeah, and she's looking at it and looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. Ah, shit, okay, there's a question coming that Uncle Sean doesn't want to answer. And finally, the little shit stands up in the tub just like this. Hey, Uncle Sean, when am I going to get one of those?